In this video, we are going to discuss about the functions that are used in order to read and write data in files. So basically, when we discussed about the concepts of file processing in C, the first and foremost thing is we have to declare a file pointer variable, and then we'll be opening the file in order to perform the mode of operations. So basically, there are three modes of operations. One is the read, write, and then the append. Okay, so but very frequently used modes of operations in a file is actually read and write. So before we are going to read and write a data in file, we have to ensure that a file pointer variable has been created in order to establish the stream between your file as well as the program, and we have to ensure that the file is existing or not. Okay, and so that we are going to call the function fopen to open the particular file through the file pointer variable stream. So before we are going to perform this read and write data in the particular file processing, okay, so we have to ensure that the file pointer variable has been created, and we have actually opened the file in order to execute the modes. Okay, so for the read and write mode, we have certain set of functions in files in order to execute the read and write. So in order to read the data from files, okay, there are certain set of functions that we use. So fscanf, fgets, fgetc, and fread. Okay, so these are some set of functions that we use in file processing in C in order to read the data from the file. Okay, so as I told you before, we are going to execute the read or write operation. We are going to ensure that the file pointer variable has been created and the file has been kept in an open mode in order to perform these set of operations. Okay, so these are the four functions that we are going to use in order to read the data from the file. So let us see the functions one by one. Okay, so basically first we are going to see about fscanf. So fscanf function is going to read the formatted data from the stream. So whatever may be the data that you are trying to pass, okay, from the user during the runtime, okay, these data should be formatted, okay, in terms of the character format, and these data that has been received through the user from the input keyboard, okay, it will be channelized through the stream. Okay, so if you see the syntax, basically this fscanf is actually a function of integer data type. So here, if you see the input arguments, first and foremost thing is we have to ensure that a file pointer variable has been created, and that file pointer variable will be passed as an input string. Or let's say, for example, if you are going to follow the standard input scheme, okay, where we are going to give the input through the keyboard, then we have to specify through what stream we are trying to read the data from the user. Okay, so the first parameter will be the stream. Okay, you have to specify the stream in which you are going to pass the information to the file, and the second set of parameters, okay, it's a lengthy one. If you can see here, you have put a comma followed by dots. Okay, so we can pass as many information as possible in the character format. So it is something similar to how you try to get different set of inputs using a scanf statement. For example, if you want to get 3 input values, okay, from the user during the runtime, then using a scanf function, we are going to make use of the specific character format like %d, %f, %c. Okay, so here we have to specify the character format for the particular information that you are trying to get through the stream. Okay, so if you see the example here, I have given a function. I'm calling the function fscanf. Okay, and I'm specifying the stream in which you are going to get the input from the user. Okay, so here I'm using stdin, that is the standard input mode, that is through the keyboard, and then I'm just trying to specify, okay, the character format in order to get the information. Okay, in order to get the type of information, you have to specify the character format, and every character format will be identified with the help of the list of variables. Okay, so that is why I put a comma. So how many number of information that you are trying to get, the information should be specified with the help of the character format followed by a comma, and then you have to list out the list of variables, or you have to identify the list of variables for which you are trying to get the information. So basically your function fscanf will read the data from the stream that you are specifying. Okay, so here if you are given stdin, so it means that you are going to get the input from the user through the standard input device, that is a keyboard. Okay, so it stores the data. Okay, so whenever we are trying to execute this particular function, it will store the data to the parameter format into the locations pointed by the arguments. So basically the arguments, it talks about the list of variables. So whatever information that you are trying to get from the user through the parameter format, it will be stored in the physical memory location of the variables, okay, or it will be pointed to the physical location of the arguments. So your arguments will point to the objects that has been already occupied by the memory. So basically when we talk about these objects, it just speaks about the variables that are been already occupied by the memory. So basically we will try to declare and define, we will try to declare the variables, and these variables will occupy a physical memory location, and the arguments that you are trying to pass as a input to the particular function, it will point to the object, okay, that has been already present in the memory. So next we are going to see about the function that is fgets. So fget stands for file get string. So basically it is trying to, this function is trying to get a string from a stream that has been specified by the user. So if you see the syntax, it is basically of a character data type. The function fget is actually in the form of a character data type. So the return type of this function is actually a character. Okay, so basically character array. What happens here is, here we have to specify three input arguments, or three parameters. The first one is that you are trying to specify the character array itself, followed by the size of the input that you are trying to pass, and then you have to specify the stream in which you are going to receive the input. Okay, so if you see an example here, I am calling the function fgets, and I am trying to pass the character array, and here I have mentioned the size of this particular character array. So not the character array, here 50 means that you are trying to get the number of characters, how many number of characters this particular function can get through the stream, and then it can store it in the character array. So basically it is going to read, this particular function is going to read almost size minus 1 character. So if I say 50 is the size that I have declared, then it can read maximum of 49 characters from the string, and it will store the, and then it stores the character in the particular array. So it will terminate at a new line, or EOF, that is called as the end of file. So remember, EOF is actually a constant that is defined in your C. It is basically defined in the preprocessor directory stdio.h. So EOF is actually an indicator that tells about the end of file. So this particular function is going to terminate whenever you are going to enter a new line character, or your particular file has reached the end of file. So basically a null character will be appended when all the characters are read from the user. So here the very important thing is that it is going to return a string whenever the function is going to be completed successfully, or it will return a null pointer if the stream is at the end of the file or any error is being encountered. So basically in your fgets, okay, you have to ensure that, okay, through the particular stream in which you are trying to receive the input, okay, you can read up to size minus 1 characters, okay, that is being specified. Okay, size minus 1 characters can be read from the stream, and then it is stored in the corresponding character array. Okay, and that character array will be returned. Okay, so in terms of a successful completion. So next we are going to see about the function that is fgetC. So the function fgetC, it is going to get the character, okay, and basically this function will return the next character from the string. So all these functions, okay, it works around the concept of streams only. Okay, so whenever you are trying to receive the input, or whenever you are trying to read the input from the particular stream, okay, when that is in terms of your fgetC function, what happens is this will return a pointer, okay, that is pointing towards the next character. It will read the current character, and then it will return the next character that is available from the string. So this particular function will return EOF, that is the end of file. Okay, so whenever you are trying to reach the end of the file, or if any error has been encountered, this particular function will return the constant that is EOF. So remember, EOF is a constant that indicates the end of file. So if you see the syntax, fgetC is of integer data type. Okay, so this particular function will return integer value, and we have to specify the stream in which we are trying to process the information, or in which we are trying to read the data or the information. Okay, so basically we have to ensure the file pointer, I mean that's a file structure pointer, and then we have to specify the stream in which you are trying to indicate the input. Okay, so here for example, let's say for example I'm calling the function fgetC, and I'm passing the stream as a file pointer variable. So basically it means that a file pointer variable has been created in order to open the existing file. Okay, so this particular file pointer will act as a file handler for which you are trying to access the file. Okay, so let's say for example I have a data file for the record employee. Okay, so this particular employee file has to be accessed, and for that particular employee file I'm just going to create a file pointer variable, and I'm going to make use of this file pointer variable in the fopen function, in order to open the employee file. Okay, so this file pointer variable will be used as a stream in order to in order to read the character from the stream, okay, using the function that is fgetc. So it returns a character that has been read as an integer. So whatever character this particular function is going to read one by one, okay. So this particular function will read the data character by character, and once a particular character has been read, this particular function will return an integer value. So it reads a single character from the current position of the file, and then it increments the file pointer to the next character. Okay, there are a group of characters, or there are a group of letters that are available. So what happens is this particular function will read the first character and from the current portion of the file. So basically, if you see the current portion of the file at the beginning, okay, the cursor will be pointing to the beginning of your file. Okay, so it reads the first character that is available at the beginning portion of the file, and then it increments the file pointer to the next character. So next we are going to see about the function that is fread. So fread is going to read the data from the file, and if you see the syntax, again fread is of integer data type. So here we are going to pass 4 input arguments, that is your string variable, that is your character array, okay, your character array, and then the size, the number of bytes, I mean the size of the byte, and then the number of objects that you want to retrieve, and then the file stream. This particular function fread is going to read the number of objects of size bytes. Okay, so it is going to read the number of objects of size bytes, and then it is going to place it into the array pointed by the string. Okay, so basically what we are going to do is from the file stream, first we have to see every object. Okay, we have to specify the number of objects, and every object will be specified with the size. So basically this function fread will read the number of objects of size bytes that has been specified from the stream, and then it is going to point out to the data, okay, to the string. It is going to point out the data to the string. So the data has been read from the given input stream. So here, let's say for example, I have called the function fread, and I have passed the character array, and I have given the value as 1. So value as 1 in the sense, so let's say for example, I am going to call 20 objects. And every object is of size 1 byte, and this particular data is going to be read from the input stream, that is fptr. So fptr is actually a file pointer variable. So what we are going to do is we are going to read 20 number of objects, and every object is of size 1 byte, okay, and that is being pointed to the character array, that is string. Okay, so these are the functions that we are going to use in order to read the data from the files. So next we are going to see about how you can write the data to the files using some set of predefined functions. So we are going to make use of the functions fprintf, fputs, fputc, and fwrite. Okay, so these are similar to whatever functions we have seen in the previous slides regarding the fscanf, fgets, fgetc, fread. Okay, so these are the similar kind of functionality, but it has been executed in order to write the data to the files. So first we are going to see about fprintf. So it is going to write the formatted output to the stream. So it is something similar to your fscanf. Okay, so here again we are going to this particular function will return an integer data type, and we have to mention the stream in which you are going to pass the data, and then you have to specify the character format. Okay, so it is going to write the formatted data, okay, as specified by the character format, okay, to the stream that you are going to specify. Okay, so we are going to get the input from the user. We are going to write the information through the character format, and that will be pointed to the stream, okay, in the name of the arguments. Okay, so the formal parameters, okay, or the format parameter contains a text that will be returned to the stream. So here if you see the example, I have called the file stream pointer, and I have mentioned the character format, okay, in order to write the data. Okay, so this particular format, this particular character format will contain the data that has to be returned to the stream fptr. Okay, and the data will be already occupied. Okay, the data will be pointed to the arguments that are already been occupied in the memory. So for example, employee ID and employee name will be variables that will be already declared in the memory, and that will be already occupying some space in the memory. Okay, so the data will be carried out, or the data will be pointed in terms of your character format. Okay, and this content. This content through the variables will be written on the particular stream. So next we are going to see about the function that is fput. So it is going to write a line to a file. So this function fput, okay, it will write a particular line to a file. So if you see the syntax, it's going to return an integer value, and here we are going to make use of two input arguments. One is the target character array, and then the stream in which you are going to write the data. So it is going to write the string, okay, that has been pointed to the character array string to the stream pointed, okay. So from the character array, okay, from the character array we are going to write the information, okay, that is getting pointed to the stream. So it returns 0 when you are when this particular function is completed successfully. It returns a 0 value, or it returns end of file, okay, in case of any error. So here, let's say for example, I am passing two input arguments. So we are trying to write the information through the character array, that is str, okay, and whatever string has been written through this particular character array, it will be pointed to the stream, okay. So next we are going to see about the function that is fputc. So it is going to write a character to the string. So every information that you are trying to write as a string, okay, it will write character by character to the stream. So the syntax, if you see again, fputc is of integer data type. It returns an integer value. So the first argument will be an integer, and the second argument will be the stream in which you are trying to pass the information or write the information, okay. So every character, remember, every character that you are trying to write, okay, it has been interpreted as an integer, okay. So it writes the byte that has been specified by the first argument, that is C, to the output stream pointed by the string. So it returns the value that is written on success, and then it returns end of file and the error in case of any error, okay. So whenever this particular file is going to reach the end of your file, okay, or whenever this particular stream is going to reach the end of the file, or any kind of error is going to happen, then what happens is it will return this. So this particular function, if it, in case of any error is going to happen, what happens is it will return a constant value, that is EOF, along with the error indicator. So here's an example. So I'm just calling the function fputc. So I'm just passing the integer value, that is 1, followed by the input string. So last we are going to see about the function that is fwrite. So fwrite is going to write a data to a file. So the syntax, if you see, the return type of this particular function is of integer. So basically it will try to pass again a character array has to be passed, and then we have to mention about the size of the bytes, and then the number of objects that you are trying to write through the stream. So here we are going to write the number of objects that has been specified by the count, okay, and every object will have a size. So you have to specify the size as well as the count, okay, from the character array. So this particular character array will be pointed to the stream, okay. This will be pointed to the stream through your file pointer variable, So this particular function will return the number of objects that has been successfully written. So it will be always less than the count that you have specified. So let's say for example, I am trying to mention the count as 10. So this particular function, if it has written 10 number of objects that has been specified, so it will return a value that is less than 10. Okay, so it returns 0 if the size or the count is 0, and it is going to give a error indicator in case of any error is available. So for example, here I am just giving the character array, okay, followed by the size of the object, okay, and then followed with the number of objects that you want to write through this particular character array, which is getting pointed to the file pointers, which has been pointed to the file pointer stream. Okay, so these are some of the functions that we use in order to read and write data to the files. So in the next video, probably we will see about how we are going to implement the file processing concepts, like how to read and write a file using the set of functions that we have discussed so far. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or queries related to this particular video, you can post the questions in the comment section. Thank you.